Alright everybody, this is going to be a guide on how to make money easily when you're at lower levels. Now obviously this is not going to be a how to make a lot of money fast or just anything along those lines. That will be a guide for a different day. This guide is designed specifically for lower level players going through the story and giving them money to either buy gear, consumables, whatever they deem fit. So let's just go over a couple of ways to make money. The first one is quests as you're going through the story, or just side quests, anything you want. Anybody that has the little quest icon usually will give you money. In this case, this level 38 quest is going to give me 1500. So we have that as an option. Another option is when you're killing enemies, especially in dungeons, you will get a small amount. It's not the easiest way to make money, but it is a way to make money. Some of the ways that a lot of people don't necessarily know about are going to be in your challenge log. Once you unlock the challenge log, I want to say it is at level 15 through a quest. As you complete these challenges, you will get some money based on whatever the challenge is. Now the experience is going to scale based on your current level, but the money will always stay consistently the same. There is $50,000 every week you can get through challenges before the weekly reset for various things. The other way is your dailies. You go to your duty finder and you got your dailies that you can get some money at. For instance, this duty roulette leveling for me right now would get me 8,400 plus more because I'm a healer. So you can always pay attention to those. These you can do once a day to kind of get those bonuses, or if you are the adventurer in need, you can continuously, for that entire day, reap those bonuses. So with those kind of basics out of the way, I wanted to touch on the marketplace, which is it's the easiest way and probably the fastest way in the whole game to make money. But at lower levels, you don't necessarily have the money or the means to flip things of higher value or to even go gather things of higher value to sell. But there are some ways at lower levels to make some money decently with very little out of your own pocket. So I'm in Ul'dah, and I have found a way when I was leveling up that has given me a lot of money over, obviously, time, but enough to buy whatever I want. Now, I never pull from these guys unless I am completely bankrupt, and usually I only pull 50 to 100,000 a piece. As you can see, this guy has 2.2 million roughly, and my other retainer also has the same amount. Now, let me stress, this was not fast, but every day I was making roughly 50,000 all the way down to 15,000 without having to do much. So when you come in, you're going to talk to this retainer vocat if you haven't set up your retainers, and you can set up to 2. And once you set them up, you can come summon them on this summoning bell, and as you summon them, you can now either give them money, you can store items with them, they're a great place to store items, and you can also sell items. So as I go to sell, you can see I have some things listed. Now, this is where it's kind of based on how long you want to wait, or you can sell a lemon for 1 million or 1 million lemons for 1 million total, you know, for one a piece. That's kind of that same concept. It's however fast or however much you want to set it as your goal. But for this case, I'll show you how I go about things. I'll just pick a basic ring. And these are all rings you can buy here for under 500 in Ul'dah, actually right next to us, and I'll show you that. So we'll go ahead and pick this brass ring here. Now it's going to pop up with this dialog box asking price. This is what it sells for if you were to go sell it to an NPC. So we're going to actually move up here to the compare prices. And on the market right now, this ring is going for 8509. If you come up here to the history, it'll show you consistently what this has been selling for. Now you can use this a little bit if there's no items listed to try to get a basic gauge, but if there's ever anybody on here, that's kind of the gauge you want to go at, and you're going to decide whether or not it's worth it. So at 8509, I have one that I want to sell. So if it's selling at that amount, I'm going to sell mine for 1 cheaper. It's kind of like Price is Right. The reason I do that is that now I am 1 step above him on the list. So when people search for brass rings, I'm ranked above him, and people are always going to buy the cheapest, even if it's only $1. Nobody cares. And I can do this with several of my rings. Let's go ahead and do the horn ring right now. Right now, the high quality, as you can see ticked over there, is selling for 12,000. So usually I drop it a couple thousand for that. Last one sold for 8,000, kind of consistently in that area. So we're just going to take a little bit different approach this time. We're going to go 9. You know what? We're going to go 10. And we'll drop that to just easy numbers. We'll sell the silver ring as well. Why not? 8,000, so we're going to do 7,999. Like so. Now, these sell usually... I have to come replenish it every day. Some sell, some don't. It's kind of all a crapshoot. And if you go to the independent jewelry here, right next to that summoning bell, you can actually buy all of those. So that brass ring I put up for 8,000, I can actually buy for 416. And I sell these every day. That silver ring was only 1,254, and I sold that for 8,000. That horn ring was 1,200, and I'm selling that for 10,000. Now, you will have to occasionally come in and adjust things if they haven't sold, because people are underbid you. And that's where it's based on the whole patience game, if you want to check it or if you want to just set it and forget it. But those are some easy ways. There's also, I guess, a little bit of a personal trick. Up by the Goldsmith Guild is a jeweler. And that jeweler sells several chokers, rings, bracelets, you name it. And she sells them for a pretty cheap price. Everything's under 2,000. And I can sell those sometimes up to 15,000. And it's a little bit later on when you have a little bit of money to spend on it. But if you go to the Goldsmiths Guild, and then you just take a right from when you get marked, you can come up here and you can buy these chokers and jewelry from this person. And these are the ones I usually focus on, the chokers. And these will sell consistently. These actually sell faster than the rings do. And again, it's just a way to make money at a decent pace for you going through the story. It's not a power money guide. If you came here looking for the power money guide, I will post a link for when I decide to make that video. I hope this was beneficial for any of you new players out there that have been wondering how in the world do you get money to buy some better gear, because there are definitely story quests where you want to be geared up, dungeons you want to be geared up, and sometimes it's just hard to get that money, especially if you haven't been doing all of these methods to get money. So I hope that this guide was informational for you, and if you have any comments, leave them below. If you have any videos you'd like me to make, leave them below. And thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it.